What are you reading, Alex?
Oh, I'm reading the compendium for Spawn. Compendium 1.
We have the movie of the year, Tenet.
Actually, when I was working overnights, I listened to like the entirety of the Dark Knight's Metal storyline as like a podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to your mom's favorite place to be. We're your hosts, Edward, Anthony, Noah, and now we have Alex.
Dude, we should make a podcast.
That being said, it's time to hang 10 with your top entertainment news of the week.
About what?
Well, it's like something that we all had like in common. Like, what's something that we could all like talk about for a while?
We always talk about movies and stuff, like movies that just came out.
So, Alex, 1 to 10, no decimals.
1 to 10, no decimals for the movie. Solid 9.
Find your lack of faith disturbing.
Yeah, I'm down, Anthony. We should do
That'd be
like
cool.
different segments too. Like we should have like a game, like an icebreaker, and then maybe we can read some like movie news or like entertainment news.
Dude, what if we call ourselves like spam mail?
Everyone listening, we have a huge announcement to close out the pod.
What if we do the Hooligan Hangout?
If you guys are new to our podcast, make sure to check out our previous season.
Welcome to the Hooligan Hangout.
Welcome back, hooligans. This is episode 3,462 of the Hooligan Hangout. We are officially 4 years into the podcast and have gained 5 million followers. How do we feel today?
I feel pretty damn great. Those are our logistics.
And that's
Well, in 4 years, I'm trying to have 10 billion, so not great.
You mean 4 more years? Of course.
what we got. Mars listening in on us too, or what?
What?
Yeah, we got Mars tuned in. Venus is coming next week.
What about Pluto?
No, we
Pluto
don't talk-
Nash?
We don't talk about Pluto.
Did you say Pluto Nash?
Of course.
I love
Pluto
that
Nash,
What,
Mr. Worldwide.
What are we talking about this week?
movie.
This week, we're reviewing the unbearable weight of massive talent. But before we get into that, we're going to cover some groundbreaking Hollywood news this week.
How you show up to a podcast and not know what you're doing, Anthony?
All right.
Yeah,
Me-
idiot.
me showing up to a podcast and knowing what I'm doing.
This is a
And
podcast?
And this is why when Barstool's picked us up, they hired me as the leader of the podcast.
This is why when Barstool picks us up, they're going to fire all of us and hire different actors.
Sponsor us,
Different acting.
Barstool.
This is I'm acting.
Just
Get people
kidding.
who are good at their job to come do this for us.
Oh,
If we get hired by Barstool, they're gonna make us read off some scripted crap.
You're going
that's
to
true.
make us
I'm
their
good at
bitch.
that.
I'm not down for that. I'm trying to get that Netflix special, though.
Who?
Netflix isn't gonna be alive. This company's gonna go down the toilet.
It's gonna put us in the animation department, which doesn't exist right now.
Yes, bitch.
That's where I'm trying to get a job at.
You gotta flex on them with your CGI.
Hey, yo, Netflix, I'll work for free.
What? Why would you do this to yourself?
He's getting paid in cookies,
Got to build up the portfolio, you know?
cookies and crayons.
It's all about connections.
You're
It's not
really
about the
all
money.
connections.
It was never about the money.
It's about sending a message.
It's all about the Mets, baby, the Mets.
Speaking about sending a message, Anthony, did you bring anything tonight for us to hear?
I
What was that fucking segue, bro?
Shut the fuck up, bro.
had a transition.
Man,
That was the worst segue I've ever heard. Speaking of worst segues you've ever heard,
Speaking
Bill
of-
Murray finally spoke out about
he-
the Being Mortal film's production being stopped due to some inappropriate comments going on inside of the movie production.
What are you talking
Uh,
about?
Which movie?
Being Mortal?
I don't even know what that is.
I could have sworn we talked about it on here one time.
okay, now you're playing an
We
Anthony.
probably did,
saying
but I
talk-
don't
we-
remember.
Well, I mean, it features him, Seth Rogen, Kiki Palmer.
Dang. Wait,
It's
so
not
what
it, is it?
It's based on the nonfiction book Being Mortal: Medicine and What Matters in the End.
Wait, so what happened though?
It was inappropriate?
Apparently, well, before, let me see what day this article came out. Before actually to yesterday, there was like an undisclosed like comment about workplace harassment but no specific names were mentioned. But yesterday, Bill Murray spoke out and said that he was actually involved and said that there is a difference of opinion with a woman that he was working with. He did something that he thought was funny, and it wasn't taken that way.
I
And then
don't.
he goes on to say, you know what I always thought was funny as a little kid isn't necessarily the same as what's funny now. Things change and times change, so it's important for me to figure it out. So ultimately,
He's-
he probably said some fucked up joke that he didn't see as an issue, but
I thought it was harassment.
well, I mean,
It's still crazy.
I don't-
it's considered as harassment.
Yeah.
I don't know the details of both sides, but I mean, if he made her feel uncomfortable, then like she has the right to talk about
I've heard that Bill Murray's kind of a douchebag on set too. So.
Speaking of
an old
Bill
pervert
Murray,
But it does kind of. Oh, I wasn't done, but
never mind.
Anyways, Anthony, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say-
It was-
now.
it was
Bruh. Y'all didn't
You know
even
what?
say nothing about his fucking news.
fuck you guys.
I
Go,
did
Anthony.
stuff.
Yeah, go, Anthony. Fuck
Oh.
you guys.
I did say stuff about it.
I literally said just now, like, I've heard Bill Murray's a fucking piece of shit now. Fuck you.
Go into detail then, bitch.
Okay, Bill Murray's a piece of shit on set.
Proof?
Speaking of pieces of shit, so
Amber Heard, right?
Yeah.
that's strange, right?
That's what.
Wait, what? Doctor Strange?
Speaking about heaping miles of shit, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
I actually heard it's getting
Um,
mixed reviews. Go ahead.
Did
bro,
you
sorry.
all? No, I'm not gonna ask that question because Noah's gonna fucking roast me, and then I'm
What
gonna
did I do? What did I do?
do the episode. So, Edward, Alex, did y'all hear what Kevin Feige had to say about the trailers?
No.
Yeah, he actually said he hated them and that he thinks that the movie should be canceled.
Somewhat true, kinda. He said
Oh,
that
shit.
he hated them. Not really. No, he said that the trailers revealed too much about the movie,
Oh,
which
fuck.
is crazy. It's crazy to me because in recent Marvel movies, they like don't really reveal anything in the trailers, like at all. So the fact that he's saying that they're revealing too much means they probably revealed a lot.
That means
You
it's
know-
about to be very underwhelming.
I haven't really seen the last few trailers though, so
He basically said like I don't want to talk about anything else about the movie because too much has already been released with the trailers.
that's crazy because you would think he saw the trailer before it was released, so it's kind of
Yeah,
weird.
you think he would be like, nah, cut that.
He could be playing it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of trailers and Kevin Feige, Alex, did you hear about Halo?
No, I didn't hear about Halo, man. Go ahead.
Me neither. What's your news though?
Oh,
The
speaking about Halo, speaking about
title
Halo,
for this fucking episode is gonna be
director-
the one with shitty transitions.
speaking about Halo, director Chad Stahelski is hoping
Yeah,
to
speaking
make
about Halo,
10 more
Alex.
John Wick movies.
Speaking of directors,
Yeah, anyways, Noah, what's your piece of news for the week?
go ahead.
But speaking of news about the week, here's our movie review.
Here's the
Speaking of
sponsored
movies.
segment.
Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, you go right now.
Or what? Am I gonna be a bad boy?
You're not getting paid to stare.
I don't get paid at all. Fuck you.
You're the only one, by the way.
All right.
Anyways, moving on to the spoiler-free review.
Bro.
Bro.
Okay, so director Chad Stahelski wants to make 10 more John Wick movies.
Holy shit.
He says expanding the Keanu Reeves-led franchise would be awesome, quote unquote.
Dude.
Expanding the Keanu verse.
Source is Screen Rant.
Bro, they just do something
Okay.
different. Make something new.
Those movies are good now, bro, but you don't need 10, bro. You're gonna destroy it by like probably
Fast
the
and
sixth-
Furious
Instead
style.
of saying
Bro.
movie.
instead of saying for family, it's for my dead dog.
He saw Vin Diesel and said, I like that.
for Pancho.
But
Speaking
yeah,
of Fast and Furious.
speaking about 10 more movies, did y'all hear the news about Avatar?
Dude, I am so excited for Avatar.
I am
I
too,
am
Anthony.
So excited. But
Honestly,
anyways.
Nobody else is.
I'm excited about it too. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, like in general, like
I'm impartial.
I'm in
Nice.
general. You fuck. What am I? Just chopped liver? Am I the corner? Am I the exception?
you're not general, you're a hooligan. Means you're goated.
You're a
What?
film reviewer, bro. We're not considered part of the general public any longer.
We're different. We're that 1%.
What
A different
did you
vlog.
bring to the table, Noah?
Speaking about Avatar movies, Noah, what'd you
Well,
say?
yeah, yo, just we're talking about Avatar. I was just gonna say that everybody's hating on it, and I don't understand why.
Like the
Is that actually
critics
it?
were-
No. This is my
Oh.
news, but I was just wanting to say that. Anyways, my news is about how Fast 10, the director Justin Lin actually quit like earlier this week or a little later last week, sorry. And it just now came out that it's partially because Vin Diesel is really freaking difficult to work with on set, and apparently, him and the director would talk a lot about different things in the movie, and Vin Diesel was basically like, "Actually, I don't want to do this," or "Actually, we should change this part of the movie," or "Actually, you should rewrite that part," and he was basically like, "Nah, man, I don't want to do that."
He's like,
And then-
can you rewrite here? Can you put 30 sex scenes with me and the actress
That's
that
what-
I'm supposed to be involved with?
That's what Marvel's doing to Sam Raimi.
Yeah, but with this dude, he also said that from an anonymous source, I don't take this with how you will, grain of salt. He says apparently Vin Diesel shows up late. He doesn't even know his lines, and he shows up out of shape.
What?
What a bitch.
I don't blame him. Honestly, I feel like I love the franchise, but it needs to die already.
You don't blame Vin Diesel?
No, I don't blame the guy for leaving.
Oh, I was like, I blame Vin Diesel. That's your freaking job, bro. Like,
Yeah.
get ready to do a job.
Imagine getting paid to act, but then having to do the worst part and then coming in.
Dwayne said no, so we stopped caring about it.
No, I think that's probably one of the reasons Dwayne said no.
They
He's
fucking
probably
hate
like-
each other, bro.
Yeah, he's
Just
probably
for shit like that.
Because you know how much of a grind Dwayne The Rock Johnson's always on, dude. He's always busy. He's always working hard. And if I was friends with someone like Vin Diesel and I was always working hard and he's like lazy as shit, I would be pissed too. I'd be like, no, I don't want to work with you. You don't like have the same passion as I do.
You're right,
in
bitch.
our field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
No.
It's
Okay.
wild. And then the director said, director when he stepped down, he said, "I'm doing this for my mental health," and I'm like, "Man, I don't blame you, brother."
Homie said, I can't take it anymore.
He really said, "I'm not doing this, bro. Like, I'm leaving. I'm out of here." Vin Diesel's the new director. No,
Oh shit.
just kidding. I don't know.
I'll take the position.
You'll take the position. You want to
Yeah,
work?
You'll,
with Vin
you'll
Diesel?
assume the position, motherfucker.
No, I want it. Can I have it?
Vin Diesel probably told him, "You can't quit, family."
Honestly, speaking of Vin
Can't quit
Diesel,
family. What the fuck?
what's our sponsor?
You know our sponsor, my brother, and we're gonna get right into it.
Do-do-do-do-do.
All right, guys. So this week we are going to be reviewing the ultimate Nick Cage love letter, "The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent," directed by Tom Gormican, starring, of course, Nick Cage, Pedro Pascal, and
Just say this title is hilarious. I think.
Big Dick Nicky. Oh yeah, baby.
Big Dick Nick.
And if y'all don't know exactly what this movie's about, here's a little synopsis. So, unfulfilled and facing financial ruin, Nick Cage accepts a $1 million offer to attend a wealthy fan's birthday party. But soon it takes a very wild turn when the CIA recruits Cage for an unusual mission. He takes on the role of a lifetime. He soon finds himself channeling his most iconic and beloved characters to save himself and his loved ones. Where do we
Shit's
want to start?
fucking
We'll
hilarious,
go
bro.
around round table. Y'all can have one thing to say, and then we'll get into the spoilers.
I thought it was one of the. It was a genuinely funny movie, and we have not watched a genuinely funny movie in a while.
I 100% am on board with that. Shit had me rolling.
And it was like cringy funny, but on purpose. So it's like they wanted it to be cringy funny, but that just made it funnier. If that
Cringe
makes
funny,
I don't
but
know if that makes-
unironic.
They played into like a lot, especially with the comedy. They played into like Nick Cage's style of comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if like it was cringy, like it's just pure Nick Cage, and Nick
But-
Cage always gives like 100% in his acting.
I loved it.
Even if
Especially when it's
a
about
crappy
himself.
movie. Oh yeah, of course.
No one can play Nick Cage better than Nick Cage, bro.
I could play.
Which brings me to
Uh.
tell y'all, the audience that's listening, this is really a major tribute to Nick Cage, the legendary actor. This is a love letter to him, and it even shows because, like we said, it's his comedy. There's even some scenes I can talk about later that just felt on brand for him, if that makes sense. It was just like it's like perfect. It's like the perfect Nick Cage movie. If you're a big fan of Nick Cage, you're gonna love this movie, and it's just a culmination of like everything, all his movies, all his roles, just anything he's done, and it pieces it together perfectly.
I agree. I agree. Which
I'm happy to see
would be
Pedro Pascal getting all these roles. He's a freaking phenomenal actor, and I think in this he really kind of flexes his fucking acting chops.
He really shines.
His character's like kind of everywhere, and he like nails every emotion like just perfectly.
I was gonna say,
it's fucking hilarious.
I hate to say this, but I think for me personally, Pedro Pascal's performance carried it. Didn't carry it, but outshined it more than Nick Cage a little bit.
I was actually going to say that. I was going to say that I feel like some portions of it, when Pedro's on screen with Nick Cage, I think he kind of carries a little.
But I don't
part
think
of it's because his character's written with more energy than Nick Cage. Like
that too.
Throughout most of this, Nick Cage is
Nick Cage.
fucking well,
But
not just like Nick
that's
Cage and dull, but he's like depressed Nick Cage.
I don't see it as a con. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think he played it perfectly. I think he was meant to kind of overshadow him.
The only thing that I do have to say, I guess.
Well, hold on. Alex hasn't gotten his pro out. You stinky little.
I was just letting it flow. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I really liked the way the characters flowed with each other. I enjoyed Pedro Pascal's character and Nick Cage's character together.
Oh yeah, name every scene.
What?
I just like how it felt natural when they like talked. Like it didn't feel like it was like forced conversation or forced comedy when they were talking with each other.
Yeah, it had really good chemistry.
Especially like the supporting forgot her name.
He actually felt like a fan.
Yeah, it felt genuine, like right, like.
And I even read that Pedro Pascal actually is a big fan of him, like IRL.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I was like, that's so funny because it shows.
All right.
No, I was just gonna say, warning to the audience. It does start off like a pretty
slow.
No, slow. No, that's not the right word. I was
Start off dramatic.
Yeah, it started off dramatic. I was gonna say mid, but I didn't think it was mid. It started off as a good dramatic comedy about his life, and the second half of the film dramatically took a turn, turning into this like cheesy
devolves
action
into craziness.
And I was not a fan of it. I wish it.
That's what it was. That was the point of it, though.
Yeah, I know, but it just felt like it came out of the blue.
I think that was the point of it.
You can't explain it. It's like a little bit of for everyone.
Well, actually, the explanation comes in the spoiler review for why it was like that, because it does kind of sum it up.
But no, I get it. I just wasn't a fan of it. I didn't think the action was even that good either.
Well, there's a reason for it when we get there in the spoiler review, okay?
And that's what I was going to talk about, but okay.
So, would y'all recommend Anthony? That's a thumbs up from Anthony. Noah?
I'd only recommend if you're even in the slightest a Nick Cage fan, because there was a lot of people in the theater that just did not like chuckle or anything.
That's a thumbs down from Noah.
No, it's a mid. Because
it's a thumbs down from Noah.
It's not for everybody.
It's not rated E for everyone from Noah. Alex? There's no video. You gotta
thumbs up.
Jesus Christ. I would definitely recommend it for anyone.
There's no video for
a
you?
Good laugh. No, there's no fucking video for the podcast, you degenerate.
His face.
I was like,
oh, wait a minute.
Anyways, yeah, I recommend the movie.
Proof.
Yeah, so that being said, if you guys enjoyed and you haven't seen the movie, go ahead and leave us a 5-star rating. If you're listening on Spotify, answer the weekly poll and question below. And if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. And if you're listening to this pod right now, before you sign off, our short film comes out tomorrow, the day after this podcast comes out. Yeah, baby, that's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah. I can see
So
the
keep an eye out, and
Better watch it.
we'll see y'all next week. Now, for
Okay.
those of you who have seen the movie and are sticking around, spoiler alert. There you go. All right, boys. Negatives.
Okay. Wait, no,
Negatives?
positives
I'm-
first.
I'm
Let's
gonna-
start with negatives.
I was gonna go first because it bleeds into what I was just saying.
Well, you don't gotta say that you're going first. Just go first.
I was
Next
explaining why. Okay.
I don't care.
And-
Just talk. Just talk, bro. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Stop looking like a
Alex,
French
what's
fry.
your negative?
I can tell them what you said earlier, Anthony.
Oh
Dude,
shit!
Do it then.
Anthony actually said,
I can't say it. It's too vulgar for this. Anyways, so I personally think the reason the action wasn't that great, or it even just it didn't feel off. It just like I said, took a turn. I think it's mostly because, or why it's super cheesy is because that's just kind of how Nick Cage's old action movies were too. Like he just kind of plays off that trope of what he's done. So like in that sense, I understand it. I just really wasn't interested in it.
well, see, and my reasoning for like that whole last act being kind of chaotic and everywhere was because at the very end it reveals that that whole section of the movie was actually a movie made by his fanboy. So it would make sense why at the end it would get kind of rushed and chaotic and goofy and just kind of everywhere because it was technically like a fan film at that point.
And
Oh
Can
yeah,
I
but
just
it
say
was based
that
on his adventure.
you're negative. You're complaining kind of that it was like cheesy and kind of rushed and stuff, but that was probably one of the biggest reasons why I liked the movie. Because I don't think I would have been more interested in the movie if it was more serious than it was. I think what drew me in was how cheesy and corny and kind of rushed and just like all over the place it was. I think if it wasn't like that, I wouldn't have been as interested.
I never thought it was super serious though. It was always pretty funny to me, and that's saying a lot
Well,
because
no, that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
care
If
for a
it
lot of
was
comedy
serious.
movies. I don't think a lot of comedy movies nowadays are that funny.
Homie didn't listen to what I said.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yes, I did.
I think the last like genuinely funny movie that we watched was the Sonic 2 did make me laugh, but I think the actual like pure comedy movie was probably Palm Springs.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gotta be pure comedy though, because I don't know. I don't like pure comedy movies most of the time, so I just think they're unfunny.
I did enjoy Fantastic Beasts as a comedy.
All
It's
right,
funny you
anyways,
say
what's
that,
your
Mr.
negative?
10 out of 10.
Okay, my negative as a just as a pure movie review, like unbiased and everything, it didn't have like an important story. Like you could leave during this movie and come back, and you could even miss like important parts of the movie, and it really didn't matter too much. But that's a negative for just like a non-biased regular movie. But because of the type of movie that it was, and because like I said, I was interested in how like non-serious it was for this movie specifically, I don't think it's a con. But
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
that
though,
makes
Anthony.
sense.
I feel like the
just
biggest
contradicted myself, but
thing that helps it is that Nick Cage is like, it's his movie. That makes
Yeah.
sense. It's his little tribute movie. That's the thing that helps it out.
Yeah.
If it was any other actor and it was just this story, I think it'd be really generic.
yeah, I agree.
Well, see, and I
Yeah,
think the alternate version of this, where it is generic and with any other actor, would be Uncharted.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly,
that's true.
I think that's the mid version of this movie.
I actually 100%
I think this is the one point where not being bland, I don't know another way to describe it, but just I guess being bland is a good thing. Like I enjoyed that that it was kind of like empty and kind of just generic, you know? I
Yeah.
feel like
Whatever
it
it
helped
goes.
it in this specific movie.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with you 100%.
So.
My negative would be that the actual main villain of the movie just didn't do it for me.
That's fair.
Homie, like, wasn't even like a main part of the story. Like you get introduced to him at the beginning, and then he completely disappears for like the entirety of the movie, and then comes back in the last 10 minutes to shoot people.
He's like, actually, I'm the bad guy.
And that was it. And to
like,
me, that's just kind of lazy story writing. Like you could have at least like, I guess they did kind of foreshadow it at the beginning, because the moment I saw him at the beginning, I was like, that's the fucking villain, bro.
That's fucking Victor Zsasz, bro.
Right, literally, I looked at him and I was like, that's the actual villain in the movie. And I think it would have been cool just to have him like at least present, like in the background for something other than.
I didn't even think, bro. I legit sat back and turned my brain off for this movie. I just enjoyed every minute with Nick Cage.
And, Alex,
very, very satisfying.
Negativo.
I think it's just one scene in particular.
What's up, my brother?
It's the. You remember that tape that had like the sleeper stuff on it, the sleeper shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he was supposed to tape it on the villain.
Yeah.
And like knock him out and shit. Yeah. And he fucks up and he tapes himself to the forehead.
Yeah.
I think the part that I didn't like is that he didn't get knocked out. Like he should have been completely knocked out, because that was a premise behind the whole tape and the whole push of the scene.
Oh, when he said action. And then
and like he puts the fucking tape on his face, and he's all he does is sleepy, and he's just fucking like woozy. Like it's not like how it was supposed to work. And I think I kind of fucked it up for me. Like I was enjoying the movie. I enjoyed the movie after, of course, but like I was just like, oh, fuck, it kind of sucks right now. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure I was just there for the gag.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
that's what I'm saying. It just felt kind of lazy though. Like it should have knocked him. Like I get it's very.
I thought it was fucking funny.
It's just my opinion.
Oh yeah, well, if it's just your opinion, what'd they say at 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 33 seconds?
Come.
Damn, you got me. The movie wasn't that long. No, I'm just kidding.
I actually think that might have been like right before the credits. I think the movie was actually only like an hour and a half. Actually,
it was an hour and 47 minutes.
Well, yeah, but with credits,
an hour 40.
An hour 30.
An hour 40.
An hour 30.
Homie, the cast wasn't that big. I don't think they needed that many credits.
It was an hour and 46 minutes.
Well, did y'all have positives?
I did have positives.
I'll go first, since I gave a big positive.
That's why you built like a French fry.
I just want to say something real quick. The scene where they were on acid and thinking that those guys were looking at them and then ran to the wall.
Oh.
And it's like, no,
that shit was fucking hilarious.
Just leave me. Just let me go. And that whole thing had me cracking up.
That had me laughing because, well, what did he say? He was like, all right, just do like a fake laugh and then look at them. And he did it, and then he turned back and he's all fucking crying.
I think the fucking best part is like that actually like foreshadowed what happened like towards the end, where he actually left him behind. He was like, bro, get in the fucking car. He's like, nah, bro, I gotta do this. They kind of like mirrored that, but like the like serious version.
Yeah,
it was still fucking hilarious.
It had me laughing because how dramatic it was, and then I was like, I wonder what's gonna happen. And then he's like, "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Hey,
that was great, man.
You know, we could have went around."
He's like, how'd you get there?
We could have just went around.
Okay.
He's like, good call. That was genuinely funny. Yeah.
But my fucking positive is another fucking hilarious scene. That was when they were fucking dogging on Paddington 2, bro.
Oh yeah,
dude,
Top
I love
3
how
movies. Paddington 2. He's like, nah, bro, made me cry like a baby and want to be a better man. Let's watch it. At the end, Nick Cage is fucking crying, and at the end,
yeah, I was gonna say, I love the ending of it.
Yeah, Paddington 2.
he didn't say it, but he was like, man, I love that movie.
It's fucking funny, dude.
What is
it had me fucking rolling.
This isn't really on the comedy side, but I did like the whole story with his family. I thought it was like it had a lot of heart in it.
Yeah, it gave the film much needed like groundedness. Like I think that's the issue with a lot of comedies, is that it's just comedy and they don't set up like any kind of emotional stuff. So it's just people like slamming their heads into the wall.
That, and then when they were brought into the fold, and the way his family like helped him, like especially like his wife with the prosthetics, or like the stakes were raised when his daughter was kidnapped and stuff. I even thought it was funny how what was his name? His name was Javi. Whenever Javi was like, "Yeah, I brought your family," he's like, "You brought my family into this?"
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like really confused.
Please, just do anything, just don't hurt my family. So what are you talking about?
And then even at the beginning, Nick Cage was like, "No, I'm a thespian. I get a feel for these guys." And Javi's not a bad guy, bro. And he like legit wasn't. He was just like a big fan.
That shit made me fucking laugh.
That was
You mean
awesome.
to tell me that your acting career is better than 5 years of FBI watch?
He's like, "Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling you."
Hey, Alex.
Anyways, Alex?
Yeah, sorry, I had a long day. I'm sorry for the late responses.
No, you're good. Well, I'm just saying you can go ahead.
8 responses. You had no responses.
Like I said, I just enjoy earlier I mentioned how I enjoyed their cohesiveness as starring characters of the movie, Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage.
Oh yeah.
It just, like I said, it felt natural, and it got there was a lot of good moments with them. Sorry, I got hit with this like fucking wave. Yeah. Sorry, that's all I have.
All right.
Yeah, baby. Woo!
I guess with that being said, we're going to jump right into our ratings. Anthony, what'd you rate this movie? He's going to give it a 7. What?
What'd you say?
9.
9? Hold on, I gotta write this down. Sorry.
Write that down. Write that down. Perf.
Yeah, I can go ahead. I'm just writing it.
All right, Alex.
I give it an 8.5.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'll give it an 8.5 as well.
Hey.
I am torn between like a 7.5 and an 8.
I'm gonna give it an 8.
I'll round it out and give
It wasn't your turn, and no one was asking.
Well,
yeah,
he
I'll
said
drop an 8 on it.
He said he was debating, so I was like, okay, I'll just give it an 8. I just thought,
consensus.
yeah, I thought it was a good movie, just not like strong enough to push it up the ladder in the end. But it was a really good time. Good time of a movie. Very highly recommend.
All right, that rounds up to an 8.27.
8.25.
8.25.
Yeah.
8.28.
It's actually one of the higher averages we've had for movies, so
Yeah,
round of
I mean,
applause,
it was
boys.
a group
We did it.
consensus that it was just a good comedy movie, man.
This is probably one of the only times we're agreeing this close.
Right?
So enjoy it, guys.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
You'd probably give it a 3.
Bro.
All right.
Make our
Ladies and
average go
gentlemen.
down.
If you stuck around this long, thank you guys for listening. Really appreciate it. And if you stuck around this long, that means you like us. So that means you should drop a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening to us on. And that means if you're listening on YouTube, you should subscribe, drop a like, and put that notification bell on. So tomorrow night, which means tomorrow, May 6th, if you're listening to it the day it comes out, our brand new short film, Abandon, is dropping. Woo!
Yeah, baby! It took us a
So-
while to get together, guys, so we'd appreciate if you checked it out.
Guys could, right after listening to this, go click on that video, share it with your friends, share it with your mom, share it with your dad, share it with your mom again.
Then your
Share
dad
it with
again.
all your friends and family if you guys enjoyed. We want to
Share
get
with
this
your
thing out.
lover. Share it with
The more
us.
support we get on our short films, the more we want to do more. And we'd love to, continue doing it. So
Let's
that
have
means-
a short film contest. See who can create a better one than us, and then we'll come back and try to create a better one than you.
We're just going to start crying how
Gonna
talented
make
some
a
of these
diss
people
track,
are.
bro.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that.
All right.
Because we're better.
With that being said, have a good day, night, afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. And as always, say hi to your moms for us.